Hi guys, do you know that knowing your customer is one of the keys to sales success? Thank you so much for joining me on this channel, and if you're just joining us for the first time, I want you to give this channel a thumbs up by subscribing if you're yet to do so, and share this video with as many people that you know that will benefit from our content. Just as I was mentioning, one of the ways to also get success in sales is to know your customers. Customers are the reasons why every business exists. So the knowledge of your customers and what they actually need is something that will help you to continue to target your products and services in the right way. The other thing it does for you is that it helps you to actually build an effective marketing strategy. So marketing is one of the ways by which you're able to identify and reach out to your ideal customer target. So knowing your customers will help you to be able to craft an ideal marketing plan to reach that particular target audience. And the other thing it does for you is that it helps you to improve customer experience. So by knowing your customers, you know the kind of things you need to do for them to be able to improve their experiences in coming back to do business with you. So how do you actually get to know your customers to be able to target your product and services effectively to them? So one of the ways by which you can know your customers is to actually gather information. Information. That is what you need to be able to know your customers. And how do you actually gather this information? One of the ways by which you go about this is through direct customer interaction. So last week, I remember some people came over to my house and they were knocking at my door. And they started asking me questions about, solar installation and things like that. And what they were trying to do was to actually gather data if I was going to be interested in that product or in that service. So it's something you can actually try out. Look at the people around you. Start with gathering information from them. Walk up to them, ask them questions, about what they think about your product or your service or what their needs are. The other thing that you can do is you can use surveys. So I've actually seen surveys on LinkedIn, on Facebook or Instagram where people run campaigns to actually get people to fill their surveys. And what they're actually trying to do is to know if the product or the service that they want to launch out is something that will be relevant to the market and what the market is actually looking for, so that they can target that product properly. The other thing you can do is you can use social media. Sometimes when I watch YouTube, I see some ads that pop up and they ask you questions like, do you think this ad that you have actually watched is relevant for you? Or which of these products are you familiar with? So people constantly do these things on different social media platforms. So this is something that you can also try out to see if people are actually interested in the product or in the service that you're actually trying to push out, or what people think about that product or that service in the first instance. The other thing you can do actually also is if you have a website, you can actually use Google Analytics to actually pull data from people who come to your website to understand what people are actually searching for and target them rightly. Because one of the things that you realize that when people go on your website, there are some specific things that people might be going to look for. And that gives you an idea of the product or the service that is actually going to do well, or what people are actually interested in at the particular time. Then the other thing that you can do, which is very common with a lot of big companies, is that they have what we call a CRM software. So a CRM software is like a customer relationship management system. And what they basically do is that every customer that comes into doing business with them, they pull their data, they get information from them, they understand what they are trying to buy, and that data helps them to be able to build an history over time. So you're able to know what customers have bought from you over time. And if that item is actually declining, you can go back to say to that customer that, oh, hi, I realized that you've been buying this particular item for the past 2 years, but in the last year, I realized that you've actually not come back. What's the issue? So it helps you to be able to understand what has changed in the customer buying pattern, or the things that people are actually buying the most of, or you actually know where your customers are particularly located or concentrated, or the type of customers that are buying different types of products from you. And this is something you can even build yourself, even if it's not something that you're trying to go to a IT company to do. You can start small by actually just getting data of people that buy things from you, or people that do business with you. Get their names, get their location, get what they bought from you, and just know those things down. And over time, you can put it in an Excel sheet and use it to actually build your own customer relationship software that you can use to tailor your product or service to your customers. So I believe that some of the things that I've shared with you, if you actually put them into practice, you'll be able to actually delve into knowing your customers. But aside from that, after getting all this information, you also need to analyze and interpret them. And this is the next phase in gathering information. So after gathering those information, what do you do with them? You look at those information and you analyze them, you interpret them. So where are customers actually concentrated in? Or who are the people that are interested in this particular product? Or what are the things that people have bought from it in the last few months or in the last few years? So you analyze those data and you use it to make an informed decision. Either you want to use it to run a promo, either you want to use it to actually bring out a new product or a service, or you want to target a marketing effort to them. That would actually inform you on what you need to do. So this is something that is also very important after gathering data. And the last thing you need to do is that from time to time, you need to get feedback from your customers. So how are you currently doing? What are the things that they will need you to do better? You need to continue to ask those questions because customers' needs are constantly evolving and changing, and you need to continue to evolve with it as well. So I believe that when you do all those things, you have enough information to be able to target your product rightly, and you'll be able to use that to generate more sale. So if today's video has actually been relevant to you, kindly share with as many people that you know this will benefit. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly go ahead to do so. I thank you so much for staying tuned to our channel. See you next time.